I'm at home 3 in the morning and she messaged me that my son was in a high speed. And it was a live on Instagram. She said she thinks he crashed because that was the last footage that they saw online.
Fearful business owners in Auckland are calling for a crackdown by police after a recent rise in ram raids.
Ram raid.
Ram raid.
Ram raid is...
Yeah, ram raid, from my perspective, is a car that goes through a commercial premises to facilitate a burglary.
We'll all be on like our phones, searching up like stores, find us our own like route there and back. We'll get our cars from the cities and go to the store, break into it, load our bags.
I was always hoping that it wasn't my kid.
2 o'clock in the morning, started looking like 10 o'clock at night, hunting, trying to look for our kids, hoping they haven't gotten into any trouble.
Children who repeatedly commit ram raids could soon find themselves locked up.
Police also acknowledge the many factors contributing to youth crime, including parenting.
There has been an increase in ram raid-style burglaries.
Yet another young person caught up in crime.
And that's the one thing I'm trying to stop my son from doing, going to jail. There's no way out. I'm going to lose my son soon. I don't want to lose my son.
This is our township, Papakura. It can be a great place and it can be not the greatest place. I grew up here, I always loved the town, but I just see the future isn't really looking the greatest for our kids and opportunities around here. There's not really much support when it comes to helping families. Like, there is support, but it's never worked. We just want change for our babies. It's just scary because I'll go to sleep. You know, I get phone calls from the police all the time during those hours, so it was always scary to hear what they're going to tell me. As we got more into COVID and the levels were just getting more stricter, it was harder to keep my son settled. You know, he's a teen, he don't want to stay in his room or not go anywhere. Met friends like in the neighbourhood, different from the kids he would usually hang out. I'll go find him and he wasn't where he said he was. When I started to see the kids he was hanging out with, I was angry. I told them, get lost, don't come near my son. This is a bit where Sunny comes into it, so it was actually Sunny that I told that to. I didn't want him hanging around my kid.
As much as I tried to meet my son's friends, I didn't get to speak to his friends. It wasn't until he started getting into trouble. I heard he was involved in a ram raid. And I didn't see my son for 2 days. Every time I went looking for my son, Sonny's name always popped up. So I didn't like this boy named Sonny.
I'll get the call. It was quite hard to deal with. I didn't know how to deal with it at times. All that was coming out of me was tears. Every time I would hear a chopper, I would get scared and I think, oh, I hope that's not you, because at times it was. He was just out there constantly. I learnt with Sunny, he's the leader of all of the boys. He was one of the main names that was always in everything.
My name's Sunny and I'm from Papakura. Now's the time to actually open up and face it. Just from the start, my father and mother was together for a while. And it's just scary when it comes to it, because it just wasn't stable at the time. It all started from there. I moved over to my nan's. I got taken into her care all the way till I was like around 10, 11. And then from there, got kicked out. Had to move in with my father, and from then, it was just clashing all the time. Because he was always drinking, going to work, coming back, straight alcohol, no food. So I just decided to run away from it all, escape reality, go live my own life. No food at home, no money, support, not even proper love, I think. From 13, I've been on my own, been in the streets.
Started playing with all the other boys in the hood and getting up to no good.
Stealing cars, high-speed chases, aggravated robbery, like ram raids. It was all of that.
$4.90.
Thank you, bro. Keep the change. Thank you. One time, I rushed over there and I had like a full-on seizure out on the shops over there one night, and
Nobody would come and help
Yeah.
apart from my daughter and myself. Nobody.
yeah, the only people that came, they even like got me blankets because I was hyperlating.
Got whacked in the head. And ever since then, we've just been mates.
Yeah.
Hey, Rory.
Yeah.
Later, bro.
Welcome to you back. Thank you.
Sonny is very quiet with me, but he tends to open up to my son. And I learnt over time, he was going out, doing ram raids and all of that to survive.
Didn't like the feeling of seeking out for help. Felt like I had to do it all on my own. I was just on the run. And like, I didn't care, I was just thinking, go all or nothing.
At first, I thought he was just my son's mate, until I learned who his family was in that, and he's so close, I didn't realise. Sonny is my nephew. I learned he had nowhere to go, and Sonny was scared because the police were looking for him at that time.
There's a shed right there. We used to hide our loot in there. Used to hide away from family members, cops there. Like, hide our cars there. Used to steal cars, park them up in their garage or outside it. Right over here, used to park stolen cars in this driveway all along. We basically owned this area. We had heaps of stuff like that the public didn't even know of going on.
I let him stay at the home, even though I knew that Sonny and my son weren't allowed to associate. I would rather him have somewhere to stay than getting out there, going doing something bad, and then ending up in jail or ending up in a worse place. I kept that a secret for so long because I was breaking the law.
I just had enough. Like, I was tired of it. My son doing the ram raids and the cars, like, everything that I was carrying.
Me and Ma met through looking for our children. When we first met, we were so broken.
I thought my son was going to go to jail. That was the breaking point.
We're just lost. We're trying everything. There were many agencies, and even though I know their intentions were good, those programs didn't suit my son. I mean, society expects people to be like this. For some of us are like this. You know, you're not gonna squeeze this into this.
I was just at the point where, you know, I was praying and begging to God, like, I need something. Like, I don't know what, but I need help with my son.
I just keep thinking, as I was writing some notes and sharing them with Mona, like, what's the whole purpose of this? And so, just in regards to the corridor, I want to hear more about who Mana Inc. are.
Mana Inc. is a community organisation. We really pride ourselves on meeting the needs of the community. Everything that we do is with the Te Ao Māori framework and always co-designed with the at-risk youth here in Papakura. is constantly getting their voices and the voices of the whānau at the centre. Our current program started with hearing the whānau out there who were struggling to find ways to get their kids back on track.
I don't see it being like a big formal setting, because I think that's important for them to know that as well.
We're going to meet some of our mama today. They're absolutely at the end of their tether and just wanting support for their rangatahi for their kids.
I heard that they were doing something, you know, for the community to try help the youth. I got all our boys together. I spoke with one of the other mums and she picked up half of the other kids. They all sat down and just spoke to them, like, what would make you guys stop?
The first time we came in contact with Maneng, it was like kind of uncomfortable, kind of anxious and nervous, like didn't know what to expect. Got the chance to actually talk what we like and want. Just having boys around me and just knowing that becoming a young man, I really need to change, not just for myself, like for my bros too, so they don't go down that track. They don't have to experience what jail was like. Now I got nothing running for me on the streets. It's not as what I seemed it was ages ago. It's like not really worth it, eh?
The very first day I met Sonny, I knew that he was ready to take back control of his life and to do something really good.
We've got this window while you're with us that we can make it happen.
He needed a group of people to wrap around him to help make that happen.
So I just decided this is a chance where I can actually turn it around.
Yes, thank you for dropping him, or how they got there, that's right.
Can I just say that?
Yes.
I'm proud of you, Sonny, for you changing your mindset, wanting to do this, got the support of your boys. I'm proud of you guys too. You guys are all changing your fellas' mindsets on what you guys want to do. Some grown men can't even do what we're doing, Sonny. So I'm really proud of you for doing this. So what I got.
Just want to change, become better for everyone.
Not even long after that meeting, things just started happening for us. They asked to meet up and meet their team and do some brainstorming of, you know, to create a cool program to get the boys out of trouble.
So boys, when you look at the ngahere is the bush, it actually tells us how it works and how it rolls. What does it look like? What does the shape look like?
A leaf.
Yeah. But does it look like something? It looks like a love heart.
That's what we do.
Manawad. So this one here, we know it's good for our heart. So can you see something else in this rako, in these leaves? Can you see these holes?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
6 even the mink.
Yeah. There's something in the mucus of the caterpillar that activates the medicinal qualities in the kawakawa. So when we were always told by our nannies, when we come to pick the kawakawa, you always pick the ones that have got the holes in it.
Connecting our rangatahi and our whānau back to te ao Māori, back to te taiao, our natural world, everything around us. It's a place where we can heal, it's a place where we can reconnect, it's a place that we can belong. And so for us, it's really important to integrate that into what we do here at Mana Inc. so that the rangatahi can get that sense of belonging no matter what is going on in their worlds and find their own solutions in the way of healing in our natural world.
These kids need to know that there's support that will help them get through those issues of why they offended in the first place. However, there still needs to be accountability.
As we was jumping on the course, further into the weeks, it just felt more energized. Felt like I can actually achieve something. Knowing I'm on the run, the cops can just nick me at any time. It felt scary, and it felt like I was just taking the risk, even like coming to court. And I come up to thinking about handing myself in. I just thought, yeah, this is the way I can become clean.
You know, just coming off the back of all the stories of how our rangatahi are treated when they're arrested, we did not want that. He was ready to just go and walk into the station, and we said, no, there's got to be a better way. And the main thing for us was ensuring that Sonny's mana was kept intact.
I know that maybe we haven't had the best relationships with our police. So there's a lot of changes that the police need to do with what they're up to. And the thing, and I've talked to you guys about Joe quite a bit, is he's keen to do things a little bit different.
So today is a really important day. Area Commander Joe Hunter and an investigator are going to come in. We, as Mana Inc., are going to share a little bit of a video of our young man. The purpose of that is to just highlight in a very short time another side to our beautiful rangatahi, not just him, but all of them.
So this is not normal. They don't usually come out and do things these ways and sit down. So yeah, come in with an open mind today with him. He might be a little bit nervous too, I don't know. Just want to acknowledge you all for coming and spending this time and just being open to sharing a little bit about what they've been doing before you get into the next part, which is having a talk with Sonny. Ka pai? All right.
Joe is one of the officers that I talked to. Said that there's a way they can help me turn myself in without getting locked up. So I trusted them. I just took that leap of faith.
We do have those all the time with people, but for you in particular, Sonny, I think it's really encouraging.
Sonny's hopes were definitely to get himself on a positive track. And the truth is, I do hear a lot of people say that. It's hard to really garner whether people are genuine or really understand what that involves. After hearing a bit about Sonny's background, I could tell, he had a number of factors that were going to make that difficult for him. The first thing would be mentally getting over some of the trauma that he'd been through and being able to maintain that focus, especially as a 17-year-old. But his dream really was to get himself on the right track, potentially to try and stay out of prison and to stay engaged with Mana Inc., who were providing him with comprehensive support.
It's an absolute tragedy that, we've got young people in particular being involved in these really high risk and damaging offences in our community. First difficulty I feel is that within groups it's become culturally acceptable. We only have touch points, moments in time where we can interact with people. Ultimately, people end up back in their own environment. So if it's become culturally appropriate within a group to do that type of offending, that's a problem for us.
We've had Joe Hunter, who has been able to support clearing up the warrants that have been out on our Sonny, and he's also been able to support amendments to his bail to still keep him engaged in the program. Today we're going to sit down with Aaron, Sonny's lawyer, and go through the disclosure of his charges. Ultimately, Sonny will have to face these in court.
I think I'm ready.
Next matter, Sonny, courtroom 1.
What are your mates called you?
Chaos.
Chaos? What do they call you, Chaos?
It's just my head.
My fears for Sonny were I was going to lose him to suicide. And also with the boys, all of them together doing what they did, I was fearful of losing any of them to, hurting themselves, fearful of them hurting, innocent people. That's why I tried so hard, supporting him through his stuff.
I don't make excuses for him, but I could see the pain. It must hurt not having family or feel like people even care. And today I was at Sunny's court hearing.
In terms of Sunny's charges, once we consolidated them all, we sought a sentence indication. Essentially that is, if Sunny entered a guilty plea, what sentence could he be looking at? It just gives him an opportunity to canvass with a judge where he'd be at.
The first one in time is in relation to aggravated robbery that carries a maximum sentence of 14 years jail. So they got a charge of burglary on the 8th of August. The maximum sentence on that is 10 years jail. Then moving forward in time, he got a charge from the 12th of August.
Usually we adopt a lead charge and ask for a sentence start point based on that charge, and there's an uplift for other charges. In this instance, the judge took a global start point for all of the charges together. The truth is he was only 17, but because of the nature of his crimes, he was in the adult jurisdiction.
I've started with 6 years as a preliminary start, then I have to take a step back and do what lawyers call a totality adjustment.
The judge gave an indication of around 6 years to take into account all of Sunny's offending, so a global start point of 6 years. He adjusted that for what's called totality, so taking into account that there's so many charges. He adjusted that downwards to about 4.5 years, and then he indicated that there would be further discounts available depending on how Sunny went in the interim period between the indication and sentencing. So his promise to us was that he would just keep engaging as he was and just maintain that pathway of stability. There was just this unspoken confidence in him and his ability, and in Mana Inc. And their ability to engage with Sunny and to keep him motivated.
I don't think jail is the answer. We need to start being creative and thinking as a community, as a whānau, okay, how can we help our kids where they can make better choices and genuinely apologise.
Jail can't be the answer to youth offending. For Mana Inc., our priorities are just to help support Sunny, making sure that we're capturing all the good stuff that he's doing. He's ultimately the one that is doing it and making the changes. But how we can support that is making sure that we capture it in various ways to be able to present that to the judge.
It's already massive that you guys joined us on this hikoi. For our older legs, going downhill is a little bit harder on the knees than it is going up. Stay tight, make sure you're leaning forward a little bit because you become top heavy and it's easier to just slip. Your feet slip under you, especially on the loose gravel.
I thought it'd be cool to get out in the outdoors and hit Camp Sladen, and just to manage the distance between each other and the safety as well. I brought one of my bungee ropes. The rule was you always had to have your hand on it, and you never drop it.
No, we'll knock out the hard part first.
Not coming back to do this again.
As I was briefing everyone, Sunny just, oh, nah, what about this? Just always going against, and like he always had something to say.
Oh, it's all right, at least you're here to talk the first time.
You can guide us, Sunny.
And then we'll chill on the way down.
Oh, they're going to get the back because I'll get annoyed guiding.
I'm trying to brief everyone, and he just kept going.
Why will you get annoyed?
Because if you're not in my piece, I the ball.
So you for yourself or for the team?
I'm looking at all of them, and I was like, oh, you boys are little shits, man. You guys are in for a rude awakening.
Yeah, that's how it is when I'm with my team, bro.
Yeah,
you ain't up with me,
we're a
at the
team
back,
here.
stay there.
Yeah, he ended up gapping it down his route he wanted to go, so I just cracked on with the rest of us. I just saw him as a kid that was just disrespectful and had no direction. I said to them, I'll never try to prove that I'm better than you, and I hope you do the same.
And we're off. We're focusing on Sunny's, his restorative project. Sometimes I think these rangatahi, they don't really understand what accountability is, and so some of the things that we're teaching them is kind of uncomfortable for them. Saying I'm sorry, very foreign for them, you know, and so what we're trying to teach them is it's okay to make mistakes. That's not the problem. We all make mistakes, you know, but it's how we tidy that up.
I just had this real ugly attitude at the time because I was still coming off the streets and that and like just getting into Manink. When I started with them, like I didn't really like it because like had to commit to some rules that they had. Like I was putting myself in awkward situations for me, like doing certain things that I wouldn't normally do on a daily basis, like just doing heaps of different new stuff. But that was like my will to change, to better myself. It's not gonna be easy all the way through. So I decided to be the bigger person and say sorry. Albie comes saying sorry to me. And like, sorry bro, I didn't know your situation. That's how we started being close.
He even reckoned that you just need to make some money.
Ooh, okay. Bring both the switch up was it, man? Actually meeting him and then, you know, sitting down, conversing with him, having a yarn, where I was just like, you know what, like, you're a kid at the end of the day. That was the start of the relationship between me and Sons and the respect, the trust between the boys and myself. I've got your back if you've got mine.
They're all about giving back to the victim, just a piece for them, even if they don't want to meet something to show them remorse. Yeah, we all trying to change, not just me, and trying to like move on with them wanting to meet and say sorry, or us say sorry to them for causing all that harm.
How do we keep them accountable? I truly believe when the kids are offending, in those first instances, you know, really putting an effort into, okay, what supports are in place? Why did they do it? Who's been impacted? Getting them to front it and understand this is really serious. It's a process that I think has really been skipped, which has meant that there's been ongoing offending, reoffending over and over again.
The impacts on victims are invariably significant. You can ram raid a premises, cause $50,000 upwards of damage and leave empty-handed, or take some chocolate bars and some ice creams. It absolutely makes no sense. So that would be difficult to, as a victim, understand, you know, why has this happened to me for the sake of that? You know, why am I now in this position where I have to fight to survive and keep my business afloat, support my family? You know, it really, really hits hard on victims of ram raid crime.
Having to sit and to talk to another whānau or representatives of a whānau that you've harmed, that's the hard stuff.
We are just pulling into Wharewatea Marae premises, and we are coming for Sunny's restorative justice hui. Yeah, we've got two of his victims are meeting us today. And so it's an opportunity for, I guess, Sons just to bring peace to the victims, but also to himself. Oh, kia ora, Siobhan, it's Munali here from an income with Sunny and Ma. Oh, hi. Hi, is it 32 the whare or is it in the marae?
No, it's not in the marae, it's in one of the office buildings. So if you come down through the gate, if you just park there and then I'll come from the car.
Oh, beautiful. Ka pai.
Okay,
all right, we'll see you in about 30 seconds.
At times I didn't feel nothing, to be honest. I didn't feel absolutely nothing. But as I started to realize, I just realized, hey, that's all shitty, what I'd done. And I just felt like if there was my family or myself in that position, I'll feel gutted. I just felt shit what I caused and just felt real sad for them. That what I'd done may not have affected me, but affected them. And just shows that there's actual other people that go through the same things.
The restorative justice hui that we've just come out of with Sunny went really, really well.
Sitting down with them and talking about everything that happened and giving them reasons why. Showing them, I'm not really showing them, but just explain to them what was going through my mind and that at the time.
It's the first time to actually be able to sit with victims since he started offending, which was 11. But there hasn't been, right up until now, that kind of process to actually get him to sit down with a victim who's another human, who's lived a life and has been on that side of the fence as well, who still wants good things for him. It was like this moment where you could just see that, Sonny felt so much lighter, and afterwards he just felt so much lighter, like he can really start moving forward.
There has to be something in place where they're able to address the issues of why they were offending in the first place. Not just them, the whānau. It has to be a whānau unit. You can't isolate the child from the whānau. It won't work, or it won't work as effective or quick.
I was in a 13-year abusive relationship. So much was going on at home. There was a cycle that needed to be broken.
I had to go through a lot of healing myself. I think I was just trying to blame anything and everything and not taking accountability myself. I had to deal with the bullshit that I had and stop allowing it to affect my kids.
Just before I got pregnant is when the violence started for me. My confidence and self-esteem was just more down the longer I stayed with him, but I was just so young and didn't know better. I wanted to keep my family together.
When I was in it, I couldn't see it. I didn't know how to look from outside of me.
I was scared, even though I had all my family. I was scared.
The issues are so complex, and we're looking at generational issues here that have really plagued our people. And I think for us as Mana Inc., we're able to go to the heart of the family unit, help them identify what the trauma has been, and how to acknowledge that. And then once it's acknowledged and brought into the light, and then the healing can begin.
Meeting all these, Mana Inc. and the other mums, just opening up and letting other people help me. Garlic and herb has probably been the best thing that's actually happened. Yeah. And for the kids too.
So now I cook lunches for the program at Mana Inc.
Can I see what 50 grams of Italian salami looks like?
That turned from just helping out to, okay, now I'm cooking meals.
I try and come out and help out, do cleaning when I can or whenever I have free time.
My parents are still learning, I'm still learning, just learning to be better parents this time around for my kids, so that, yeah. And learning from all our mistakes, even though the boys went down this journey, I just felt it was meant to be, because I don't think I would be here. I would have met Jan, our life would be getting on track the way it has been lately, and all these other things that have been coming into alignment for us.
Debs gave me like a house, bed, even like clothes, food, you name it, she gave it. She didn't even have to do it, even Mum. And now it's like they're my own mums. Makes me like hate my family, to be honest, because if someone else's mother can do that for me, why can't mine? So why can't my like first family do it? Why can't they have the chance to sit down with me, try even understand me? Because like my family don't even know me.
Our first preference is always to break the cycle for these kids and to not end up having to escalate the level of, I guess, consequence or the level of retribution.
All those businesses, dairy owners and retailers, they have lost their faith in the police and the judicial system.
This isn't about sending children to prison, but there is a persistent court.
Today it is Sonny's last day in the courts. This is the day he's being sentenced, and I think the biggest fear is that Sonny doesn't learn from this experience, that he may be tempted to go back into that old life and those old decision making. That's probably my biggest fear. That and that he gets locked away, that he gets jail time.
Anything could happen. There is always that fear that Sonny not being seen as an individual and the journey that he's on, but more so an example to the community of, you know, what's still happening.
I just fear the time that I'll be losing out on.
Not everybody can never see.
I just fear the time that I'll lose out on potential people that I could grow close with.
Tēnā koe te kai whakawā, councillors Te Koha appearing for Sonny, and he's seated next to me at council's table, so I just wanted to inform Your Honour of that.
The judge who's been involved with Sonny's case has committed to see it all the way through, Judge Hicks, and he's actually based, I think, down in Otautahi, down in Christchurch, and so today he's zooming in online.
So since his last appearance, Sonny has actually achieved a lot in the short time frame.
From living a life where you steal and you don't even show anyone respect.
He's completed driver training. He's also done some health and safety training and some forklift training, sir.
To meeting Manink.
That's it, safe.
Feels like a whole different life that I never imagined living. They just slowly helped me put my life on track.
Ms Hiariki's going to approach the council bench, if that's all right, sir, so you can hear her. We wanted to have that all-encompassing contribution to his sentencing from everyone. We just wanted to make the sentencing hearing a very meaningful experience for Sonny, but we also wanted to make it such that in himself he didn't want to ever go through the process again.
I just really want to take this opportunity to briefly reiterate and reinforce and validate the commitment that Sonny has shown over the past 10 months on his own journey to inspire, enhance and empower other youth within the Papakura area. It's a fear, but it's a reality of the stigma that will continue to stick around Sonny post the sentencing today. You know, that Ram Raider rather than Sonny is Sonny, who's done some amazing stuff.
What's next, bro?
You would have seen that every effort has been made to approach the dairy owners or the victims of the most serious offending. One very significant thing that he's done, sir, is created a restorative justice taonga, which he wants to gift to one of the other victims of his offending. And sir, he does want to address you in relation to the meaning of this taonga.
There you go, Sonny.
The corner parts, those are mangupare, they're the hammerhead shark, the strength and power, courage and determination to succeed.
He has goals now and dreams. He wants to be a personal trainer. He wants to train all his mates up, give them something to do during the day. He did not believe in any of that when we first started. To see him do a complete turn, man, it was just like he was my own kid. I was so proud of him.
The centre is a Y. The Y represents the youth of overcoming many different struggles.
The complexity of his issues, his story, he's been so independent since he was, 11? He's doing everything to the best that he can do because he's fighting for his freedom. He's fighting for his life.
Black represents the past and all our mistakes that we wāngana. Sorry for what I've done. Peace and forgiveness. Kia ora, Sonny.
Kia ora, Sonny. Thank you very much. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
No, just thank yous. Thank yous for coming.
One of those life moments. I'll be ashamed that I didn't try hard enough or something I done didn't work out.
Ultimately, determining the appropriate sentence today, my view, need to take an approach that continues to support your Sonny. So to acknowledge that I've set the term of community detention at 4 months. Curfew starts today. Curfew period's 8 PM to 6 AM. That's the end of your case, thanks, Sonny.
It's not about condoning behaviour, but it's around wrapping around our already damaged kids, and trying to get the best outcome for everyone, including the victims. And just reminding of why is it that we've even got the cameras rolling, and that's to ultimately inspire the other young people that are on the same path as Sonny, but to see that, with some hard work and just turning up and keep turning up no matter what, you can get through that. And there's way better pathways than the pathway that they're on.
Filming was mean as outcome. Shows that hard work pays off and nice support wraparound from everyone. Being included into a new family makes me feel very happy. Feel like crying, but just don't want to show it. Yeah. Tears of joy.
Took me a minute just to find a way to make it right. We ain't had nothing but news to get us through the night. They full of envy, trying to hate, but never live their life. They want to talk, but when it's time to work, they out of sight. Say I got 20/20 vision.
The reality is, it's not just clean sailing from there. As much as we would love it to be, okay, right, we're out of the courts, we're straight and narrow, and we're there's still so much going on for everyone, let alone a 19-year-old that's lived the life that he's lived. There will continue to be setbacks. But as long as he's moving forward, which he is again, and he's still got people wrapping around him, then, I'm still as hopeful and just know that there'll be a great future for him.
Yeah, my life is really a testimony. No, they're related, so they don't ignore me. They tryna judge me for telling my story. Yeah, says, oh, love to all the people who were out for me when I was really struggling to cope. I kept my head high, take a deep look in the eyes for to see I was slowly giving up hope. Man, we got mob ties, but the police be tripping, they can go ahead and cut through the road. You see the crackheads up on the corner trying to hustle, now they serving all the kids to the dope. Kids turning into fiends, cause we only getting older.
If I can help in terms of alleviating any sort of barriers, then, man, I'm on it. You just gotta turn up. You just gotta fucking turn up.
I can do the time. That's the easy way. The staying out, get a job, having to change for the better, learn all these rules, listen to them, and commit and live in between the rules. That's kind of the hard way.